Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Captain Clyde's MTG. They've done it. They've made the meme. That's right. Commander Masters arrives August 4th. Oh, another way for them to dig into our pockets. They couldn't get it with 30th anniversary, so here we go again. Now, with that said, this is probably going to be a pretty sweet set from what I've seen, but it's going to be very interesting. There should be a lot of stuff in here, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. Don't forget to subscribe. So, first things first, this is the Jeweled Lotus reprint we've all been waiting for. We got the basic, we got what's called the Breakout Border, which is beautiful, sexy. And then we have the normal foil etch. So now this will be the new premium. Imagine this thing in foil. Wow, it's going to be expensive. Also, if you've seen it down there. That's right. There's the Daddy. Dragon finally gets a reprint. Ho 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 ho. We'll have the basic Dragon art, just like we did with Lotus. We'll have a full etched version this time, just like with Jeweled Lotus. This one has a borderless profile Dragon. I don't know what the difference is between this and Breakout Border. Yeah. Maybe these are two different things. Maybe this will look like this without the break. I don't know. And then also, more reprints to come. When you didn't have enough time walks, here's some more. So, Capture of Jungzu. This is from Portal 3 Kingdoms. 2 blue and 3 to take extra turn. So, all these cards are pretty expensive. This one in particular, though, is running about $450. And the Judge promo is going like 200, I think. The last time I checked, heck, I can't remember. But here's the thing. A lot of the prices on this one is because of rarity, not because it's really worth that much. I mean, it's worth that much because of rarity. But with this being reprinted into this set as a mythic, it's probably going to really dive that price down to about the, I'm going to guess, $50 to $100 range. I think the old one's going to stay expensive because it is the old one. It is original. It is hard to come by. There's not very many made. But with this flooding the market, this will easily be 20, 30, 40 bucks because there will be a lot of them to go around. However, if you look at Force of Will, it's still $70. It's been reprinted how many times? One, two, I don't think I got enough fingers. Anyway, so something to think about. So, and with that being said, that's just some of the cards that we're going to see. I think other cards we're going to start seeing are things like Mana Vault again, obviously Mana Leak, and other cards that we have not seen reprinted before are going to be reprinted obviously in the Commander set from Commander, because they're normally only playable in Commander and they don't do good in other formats, so there wasn't a real reason to reprint them, la la la. It's going to be very interesting, and maybe we'll even do a video if you guys want of predictions. Let me know in the comments below. So, we're going to have 3 different kinds. It says here we're going to have set, draft, and collector boosters. Don't get too excited about that yet. I'll tell you why in a minute. But first off, we have Precon decks in the house. First up here, we have Eldrazi Unbound. Finally another colorless commander deck. Obviously Eldrazi. It's going to be pretty sweet. Colorless doesn't get a whole lot of love, so it's going to be really cool to see what they put in this. Moving forward, to just see how they help out the colorless guys. But also we have Enduring Enchantments, green, black, and white. Interesting black is in there. But anyway, obviously it looks like old Ula Daddy. I don't recognize this person. Down here we have Planeswalker Party, red, blue, white, otherwise known as American, otherwise known as Super Friends. They should have just called it Super Friends. I mean, they called the one deck Painbow. Anyway, there's a lot of excitement about this guy. I don't know who he is. Somebody tell me in the comment section. I've got no clue who this art is. Looks like Santa Claus on a good day after Christmas. But anyway. And then we have Sliver Swarm. That's right. They are reprinting a Sliver constructed commander deck, which will really help people get into the Sliver deck. The Sliver deck, it has its comes and it goes. Putting it together can be very painful, so it's really interesting to see how many of those powerful slivers they'll put in this deck to make it easy and accessible for everybody. Now, the Queen shouldn't technically be in here because she's on the reserve list, so it's also interesting to see if they decide to make another one, because if you look here, this does not look like any sliver that I recognize. Maybe I'm wrong, but it will be a 5-color sliver, so maybe there's a new Sliver Lord. For all you sliver players out there. Dun dun. So, moving on. Next, we have the set boxes. Sorry. It looks like we have, is that Giselle from Innistrad, I believe? Looks like some zombies. She's also on the packs. This is the set box for Commander. It doesn't say how many's in the box. I'm going to guess 30, although I have my sneaking suspicions it might be 24 like they did with Baldur's Gate because they're trying to milk the money. So, with that said, next we have the draft boosters, and that's right, draft boosters have a big pick of the Daddy on there. And if you look here on the pack, you can see Avacyn Angel from I forget which Innistrad set it is, but so Avacyn's probably going to be in here. We got the Daddy, plenty of dragons. I think this will be a very interesting card. This is probably going to be another picture for the Dragon. From what I've seen, I haven't got a whole lot of talk about it, but there's the basic printing, there's the breakthrough or frame break version, there's the foil etch, there's a borderless, I think there's an alternate art. So there's going to be like 6 versions, plus there's foils. This is going to be insanely absurd. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than insanely absurd. Just wraps it all up in a neat little bow. So, now with that also being said, we have collector boosters. So you'll notice here we got the 3-headed dinosaur. Gee, wonder who that could be. Yeah, good old Ixalan boy. I forget his name. Dang it, man. Anyway, one thing to point out here that I'm not happy about is you'll notice this booster has 4 packs in it again. So this is very much like a double Masters booster, which means this is going to be $200 to $300 if they don't crank it up to 4 and be $100 a pack, which is absurd. Just saying. But what do you expect? MTG 30 was bad. They're going to try to recoup it somewhere. So I'm pretty sure that our wallets are going to take the shellacking from this one moving forward. The only thing we can hope is it doesn't do as good as they think, and we move away from Commander being the mainstay of the game. Not that there's nothing wrong with Commander being the mainstay, but if Commander is the mainstay and it's just going to make products like this that are always overpriced, I don't know where I'm going with this. But anyway, for the health of the game, it needs more than tabletop. We just got back to the Pro Tour. That's making the current cards in standard viable because let's be honest, if the standard cards come out and they're not worth anything and no one buys them, and they just keep rotating out and they keep printing them and no one buys them, it will eventually be bad for the game. But at the same time, 4-pack collector boxes is not what I want to see. This makes me mad. This makes me angry. I'm going to hope, with all good intentions, they're not going to overcharge us for this. Yes, that was my eyes you just heard roll in the back of my head with disbelief. So, we can only hope. So, as we go down, we look at it. Here is the set symbol. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Maybe a giant shield. Anyway, there's a website for it. Pre-orders are on Amazon and your local game store. First look, May 16th, 2023. WPM Premium Store events will be July 28th to the 30th. And the tabletop launch will be August 4th. Which makes me mad on the inside because I'll be at Gen Con. Nothing wrong with going to Gen Con to play Magic, but I go to Gen Con to play everything. And give Magic a wee bit of a rest. I really wanted to play this in stores, but being at Gen Con is going to make it a little tough. We're just going to have to see how this all plays out. So, there you have it, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Put some comments down below for anything you want me to cover. Tomorrow, I'll probably go over a Hasbro video of their earnings report. Haven't done that yet. I've been slacking with the holidays and everything. I've been, let's say, not doing things. But anyway, and then also, too, I'm going to start hunting down some prices and see what happens. And see what we're looking at and see how bad of a beating our wallet's going to take and how greedy Wizards of the Coast wants to be. So, don't forget to sub up, try and get to 1,000 subscribers. Till next time, be kind, and as always, I hope to see you across from the game table. Ba-dum-bum. They're $400 boxes. I just know it. $400.